The zone wasn't capped. There's no penalty, Sassy.
Aside, and it's just you. Getting that 52 to work and getting a triple.
Hello and welcome back again to the Splat World Series Rewound. We are bringing you all of the games that you didn't see. I'm Rose, joined by Frostix. What do we have up next for this set?
We're in Swiss round 3 and we're seeing Vacuum World and King of Ham, two Japanese teams, and let's see what they've got in store for us. Vacuum World, consisting of Hitokuchi Taberu, Samurai Kasato, Chiaki, and Utan here, and we've got Hitokuchi on S-Blast and also Custom Blaster. You have Kasato on Leader, and also the Custom Leader, you got Chiaki on the 96, and Utan will likely be on the Zap, and maybe also a Nuvo try for this to provide the cooler for Vacuum World.
Yeah, and if these names look familiar, it would be because you have seen them before. If you saw Splat World Series last year, this is half of Samurai Cat, that being Hitokuchi Taberu and Samurai Kasato, who finished second in Splat World Series last year. Both very strong players. Samurai Kasato, one of the strongest leaders, like just full stop.
Yeah, like if you have a title of being the pioneer of leader, you better be sure that their aim is true here. But that's not that's no doubt on the members of King of Ham, because these members you've likely also seen if you've watched the past Global Gauntlets and also last year's Splat World Series. Toto on Decapitator, Inaten on the on potentially the mini or the heavy, but maybe also a Tri-Slosher. You have Soph on the V-Splat, the vanilla heavy Splatling, and Tanaha, a Brella one trick here. And Rose, I just gotta say, there's the potential for 3 bubbles. Like not even, because obviously you see 2 here with Vimy, with Vimy and Decapitator, but Soph may also bring out a Torrent Hydra. That's a 3rd bubble.
Got bubble here, bubble there, bubble everywhere. Could see a maximum of 3. Sadly, Tanaha's not going to be pulling out a bubble for us, because we'll be really just playing a lot of this, this one trick Brella, which is still super exciting because I feel like we rarely see Brellas.
I know. I mean, what is a Brella shield if not a forward-facing big bubbler without, shielding for the top and behind,
It's a mobile big bubbler.
3 1/4 bubblers, if you will. But going into the Strike and Select here, Vacuum World has banned Humpback and Manta. King of Ham has banned Eeltail and Flounder here. Reasonable stuff to get rid of. And the random map for map 1 will be Mako Mart.
Mako Mart, definitely a scrappy stage going in. I want to know how many bubbles we're going to see going on in here from King of Ham. So we'll be able to see that shortly. But first, from Vacuum World, we of course do have that leader. We've got a try. How many bubbles do we count? We've just got
1.
the 1 for now.
Yeah, I think we're not seeing... I don't really think we're going to see Inaten on... we're not going to see Inaten on a Vimy, so it's only 1 coming out from Toto. And speaking of Toto, they're trying to take their right stack here, and we're also seeing the Brella. We're seeing Tanaha getting rid of Hitokuchi Taberu right now. It's a really strong start for now. They're really trying to take that right stack for themselves here, and that's a really strong move to take, because that's a lot of space on Vacuum World's end of the map belonging to King of Ham. There's a strike ready to be deployed and a bubble ready to be deployed from Toto, and Toto is not giving this space up just yet.
Yeah, Kasato at this point forced to see what kind of pressure they can put on, able to get a spicy snipe off of there, trying to force away another player, is safe from these strikes right now, has eyes on Soph, and like, you know what, if I can't hit you, I'm at least going to go look at a different way. Even if I can't get a pick here, being able to put on the pressure. Still, pressure might be short-lived. Toto really making a name for themselves. While we were chatting, they got all the way down to 34. Not shabby for a first push.
It's all about taking space here, and especially on a map like Mako Mart here, you want to be taking those stacks here, and once you take those stacks, you move forward. And especially now, I think once you get 2 members down, like Vacuum World is showing here, you got to be taking those stacks, then you got to move forward here. Chiaki and Hitokuchi Taboru moving in. The splashdown coming out, not claiming any targets. Chiaki is trying to hold their ground on right stack here, but they got strikes to worry about. They got a wave breaker to worry about. You've got like multiple members from King of Ham that are probably eyeing them here, and Hitokuchi Taboru as well as Toto going down here, and we're seeing I think all of Vacuum World going down, and King of Ham has all of mid to paint up now.
They have been going ham, as you might say, holding a lot of space here. Toto forced to back off a little bit, but of course the try can do some ledging here. Is going to get called out in the end, but I do like how they have been continuing pressure, but they are losing members now. Vacuum World has a good opportunity to get in off of this. They're going to lose one aggressor on their own, but Chiaki been able to play this very, very strong, able to stay alive. But does Samurai Kasato? No, they do not. They're going to go down there. This is going to flip for a moment, but still Hitokuchi able to start forcing these fights here, forcing people away. If we can get the try set up aggressively, you've got to try on both sides here. That wipeout's got to open up the door for them to go straight to spawn if they want to. They don't want to overextend, though. They know they've got some strong weapons to hold these ledges right now.
Ledging is like what they can probably do in spades here between Hitokuchi Taboru as well as Utan here. The try and the custom blaster can just sit under ledges and get so much value, and that value has been taken. The lead is in Vacuum World's case. Soph has gone down. There's no backline and there's no front line on King of Ham as well. We're seeing Utan trying to get rid of Inatan, but no, Inatan goes down. Chiaki's vac has gone live to potentially suck up any more retake ink from King of Ham, and Vacuum World are able to cleanly sweep up map number 1.
King of Ham not able to get that retake in at the end. Vacuum World really just held strong, holding that down, holding, even though when we can get super aggressive, we're going to make sure that we're playing aggressive, but smart aggression. We're going to not overextend.
Especially when you just have a lot of weapons that can kill, like that can either be hard to take down, like Tanaha's Brella, or that can just shut you down immediately, like Toto's Decapitator here. So not overextending here, but still trying to keep up a lot of key map positions like the stacks. That way you have vantage points on the left side drop and also the right side drops as well. Really solid surveillance and a lot of good map control from Vacuum World. So now that Brine Water and Lemuria Hub have been banned by Vacuum World, it's up to King of Ham to select their next one. And now that we're on Urchin, I think I think they may still run Cooler on this. I'm not sure if we're gonna see a Torrance Hydra yet, but I think that Tri-Slosher may still stay there.
Yeah, you gotta wonder, is this personally to be like Samurai Kasato? I don't want to fight you on leader. I'm gonna pick a stage that should force you off of the leader, but it won't. But it won't. Still picking leader.
Yep, the leader is not getting out of Kasato's hands. It's like it's bonded to Kasato right now. And by the way, we're seeing Tanaha on the Sorella Brella, so we're seeing some jet action, and also I think that's Inatan. Yeah, I think Inatan is going to be on Zap this time around here for their cooler option. Not on Try. Maybe there's a little less AoE to exploit here. But that Vac from Chiaki still providing a lot of solid support for the rest of Vacuum World. It's been called Vacuum World for a reason. That back shot connecting onto Zone, not actually keeping it yet. As King of Ham, they're still holding down mid on the Zone. We're just going to have to see if they're going to be able to stay there for a while.
Yeah, King of Ham did have a pretty strong opening for that one. You see, Tanaha's just been like, I'm back here. I'm going to start picking you off one by one. But, turning your back onto an opponent, very, very scary position to be in when you are playing Umbrella, especially. Chiaki forced to use the back. Staying alive here is in the enemy bubble, but that doesn't matter. They know, you know what? Let's just leave the back alone. Let's just let them do their thing. Let's not even charge up their back shot. Just leave them alone at this point. We don't have too much to lose by ignoring them. Kasato holding ground. You see, it's a little awkward to position with an E-leader on this map. There's enough things in the way, and there aren't necessarily many safe places to set up. That honestly, Inkjet, I think, can eat really, really well on this map if they're able to position well. Whereas normally they'd be getting sniped out of the sky constantly. But there are some like tricky things you can do above the trees and whatnot. But at this point, I feel like it's kind of anybody's game. We're 2 minutes in, just about. And only now are we really through penalty points for King of Ham. Are they going to keep holding this strong? You think they did just lose 2 people?
I know. I feel like we're a little bit separated right now. Individual duels are happening left, right, and center here. But I think finally, now that there's like Toto off the field for a bit and Chiaki's back is going to be opening up the space, I think Vacuum World is finally moving together as a team for once here. And now I think King of Ham, they have this jet ready to go for the retake here, but they're a little hesitant to walk in. We're seeing Inaten trying to move in. This jet still isn't up, but they've gotten rid of the Tri-Slosher. That's a really solid start here. Chiaki is still waiting in this corner, but that's a 2v1 with Umbrella Shield and Inaten as well. That's a really solid 2v1, and you really want to be taking those 2v1s whenever possible. And now King of Ham really taking mid right back, not letting Vacuum World take that lead. They're pushing their lead into the 40s. Toto is going deep, trying to ensure that their attention is on Toto and not on the rest of King of Ham, taking more space here. And they're almost able to get rid of Utan, but Utan's getting rid of them as well. But they're still holding them in their spawn. Rose, look, they're at the teens now.
They've just bought themselves space, which really equals time in flat zones, down to single digits remaining. 2 members down in Vacuum World. They need a miracle to happen. They're getting the pain on the field, but no, it's not enough. Just needed a little bit more. It's not going to arrive in time. King of Ham holding it down on Urchin Underpass.
It's really unfortunate too, because I think in a lot of Last Hurrah situations, like what we see right now, it's always like a weapon that can't paint a zone that well, being the last one sent in. But they had Utan there, and Tri-Slosher paints really well, but I think they were just too focused on Toto right there. Utan was literally the one who took Toto down, but then it's like we said earlier, they space equals time, and they were running down the clock. So is a game 3 now on the board. This last game will decide who will win the set and who will be placed higher in the next couple of rounds.
King of Ham gonna have their opportunity to ban Bluefin and Mahi. So that is gonna turn it over to Vacuum World. Since they did win the first game, they do have the advantage of picking last. They're gonna send our tiebreaker onto Barnacle and Dime, a lockout heavy map if it is being played optimally.
And if anything, you really need to be taking care of your stack here, your platform, if you will here. If you can hold stack to the best of your ability here, you have sight lines on every single drop the retaking team has. And then when you also just have a leader like Kasato on Vacuum Worlds here, you're just having so much sightlines, and that'll assist your team whenever necessary. Already we're seeing a little bit more pain likely coming out from Utan. Right now, a lot of this zone is now in yellow for Vacuum World. Toto's trying to take the street flank here, but they get caught out by Hitokuchi Taberu. Tanahan also going down as well here. When you get rid of the Decav as well as the Brella here, all that's left are the more slower weapons on your team here. Soap is still able to stay alive, though, getting rid of Hitokuchi Taberu. It's only Kasato left, and the rest of King of Ham are accelerating forward. That bubble doesn't even matter, and Toto wants more, but they get shut down, and as Utan is trying to defend stack for the rest of Vacuum World.
That's that jump in, it's so unfortunate. As soon as you see that marker in the field, and you're like, oh, they're cooked. They're cooked. that was a wasted bubble there. So that just unfortunate retake for there, but still not a lockout. There's always another chance if you're not locked out. If there's time on the clock, you can still keep going, and it's still going back and forth for both these teams. Trade for trade right now is going to be King of Ham, who has lost so much control of this map. Really, that final player getting barked. More marks coming out at this point. And this is a really great blaster stage. Hitokuchi really, really strong with that blaster. Able to force a lot of these fights from these corners and whatnot. Being able to not completely peek, just sort of, get in these indirects to challenge, if not outright get the splats in. That vacuum from Chiaki gonna come out. It's gonna make that inkjet completely toothless. Not able to get a whole lot off of that back shot. Gonna fire, but not able to cap that zone. That is gonna swap back to King of Ham.
And I think it's courtesy of Toto for getting rid of, I think, at least enough people to get King of Ham pushed in a little bit further here. And that they are able to do. Now they need to push further more here. We're already seeing, I think it's Inatan as well as Tanaha moving in to try and take stack here. Unfortunately, Soph going down. The Wavebreaker comes out from Kasato. Hitokuchi Taberu, accompanied by the rest of Vacuum World, moving in alongside their namesake Ink back here, shutting down Toto. They have Inatan in their sights, shutting down the Tri-Slasher. Where is Soph? Nowhere to be seen. They actually have Soph in their sights. The bubble gets popped here. You are in Hitokuchi Taberu's domain, and you aren't stopping them anytime soon here. This lead won't be taken by King of Ham anytime soon, Rose.
Vacuum World is set up strong. They don't even need a vacuum to suck up all that pain, but they're going to have one ready very, very soon. It's going to be up to Tanaha on the inkjet here. Try to make something happen, but Kasato firing them from the sky, getting the wipeout. They have no penalty points on the board. It is wide open for them. Chiaki deploying that ink bag, saying, you cannot get in here. You have no chance here. We are holding it down. The back shot's not even needed. Vacuum World solidly holding that down to take the set.
What a showstopper from the end of Vacuum World. From Hitokuchi Taberu going 3 members down, and then with Kasato landing that anti-air snipe onto Tanaha, and ensuring, and with Chiaki sucking up all the bombs, making sure that there are no loose ends here. Vacuum World has the answers, and they have the answers in spades.
Hitokuchi, I think, the star of this particular game, making so much room, which helps Kasato get set up to get that.
Where is it? Boom!
Six snipe off of that. Really just making sure, okay, now we have the resources to continue holding this down. That's GG. We got that easy.
Everything falling into place for Vacuum World here. And that closes out the set 2-1 here. There is still, however, going to be a lot more Splat World Series Rewound on the IPL YouTube channel, so stay tuned for future updates as the uploads keep coming in. And we'll see you next time.